This is on top of what's already fallen throughout the day today, so that
7's Brian Schulteis with the very latest.
And Kiki, Kevin Spacey no longer facing indecent assault and battery charges. The Cape and Islands District Attorney making the announcement just a short while ago. Spacey was accused of groping a young man at a bar in 2016 where the teen was working as a busboy on Nantucket. Now, Spacey denied the allegations. The case fell apart last week when the accuser's parents testified in court. That same day, the accuser, who also testified, invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. He refused to continue his testimony about text messages from his phone. Now, the defense claims those texts were deleted. The phone can't be found. Our 7 News legal expert, Tom Hoops, spoke to us about the strategy he thinks Spacey's attorney used to get those charges dropped once issues with the cell phone surfaced.
I think he thought that the phone got ditched, so to speak, because the alleged victim or his mother, were concerned that the fact that there were deletions on it might show up. And in fact, what they probably didn't realize, deletions actually showed up on the forensic copy. So, they denied there were deletions or denied that they deleted major things. So the mom said she deleted some smaller things. But that was the focus of it, really, I think, which was both the missing phone itself and the deletion. Somebody did that, meaning somebody had something to hide, meaning whatever they had to hide, they didn't want the world to see.
Access to the phone and the information.
So the accuser and his family were represented by attorney Mitchell Garabedian. He just released a statement that says, "My client and his family have shown an enormous amount of courage under difficult circumstances." Now, a civil lawsuit originally filed by the accuser was also dropped earlier this month. Of course, bombshell revelations right now that the charges against Kevin Spacey have been dropped. In the news, Brian Schulteis, 7 News.
Also breaking, a Connecticut man is under arrest and accused of kidnapping a girl in Webster and sexually assaulting her. Prosecutors say that man attacked a 12-year-old in May.
Now police are talking about how cigarettes played a role in cracking this case. 7's Steve Cooper live in Webster with the very latest.
Right, so 6 weeks after this alarming abduction, and it was a random abduction, DNA evidence, according to the police chief, is what linked the suspect to the victim and his arrest early this morning in Connecticut.
Crimes against children are the worst kind that we investigate.
Sporting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles t-shirt in his mugshot, 35-year-old Joshua Besaw of Thompson, Connecticut, is under arrest, charged in connection with the abduction and sexual assault of a 12-year-old girl back in May, taken from a park here in Webster.
When we were able to tell the family that we had Mr. Besaw in custody, it was very emotional. I know for myself, and I think I could speak for the others that were in the room, and to see that relief on the victim's family was something that I'll never forget.
Besaw was arrested at his Connecticut home this morning, 6 weeks after the random abduction from May Street Park. The victim rode her bike to the park to meet up with a friend when the suspect, who said his name was Chuck, asked the victim to help him with something. Police say he then drove her to Connecticut to a wooded area where the sexual assault occurred.
What's your message to child predators that think they can get away with it?
Well, don't even try it.
Police say surveillance video from a residence in the area was crucial to the case, helping detectives identify the suspect. The chief says FBI agents retrieved used cigarettes from Besaw. That DNA matched DNA taken from the victim on May 31st.
So a cigarette did him in?
Essentially.
The chief, expressing relief with the arrest, is praising the victim and her bravery.
She's a strong little girl, and like I told her today, she's a hero in my eyes.
All right, so Besaw is being held tonight without bail. He's due back in a federal courtroom in Connecticut on Friday. We're live in Webster tonight. Steve Cooper, 7 News.
More breaking news out of Roslindale, and that's where Boston police say someone was shot just after 3 p.m. today. We want to get right out to 7's Eric Kane live on the scene with the very latest.
Kiki, this is a live look at Rose Street in Roslindale, which is cordoned off by police tape. You can see detectives down there investigating where a person was shot earlier this afternoon. It happened just after 3, and I was just speaking to a neighbor who lives just down the street from here. She says she heard about 2 gunshots, and then her granddaughter saw a bunch of police respond here, and this is what we are looking at right now. Investigators are here, as well as the district attorney and the police commissioner. Details are short right now, but we're expecting a news conference in the next 20 minutes or so, where we'll hopefully learn more about the suspect, the gunman, and the person that was shot here. But right now, we can't confirm that a person was shot here in Roslindale. We're live in Roslindale. Eric Kane, 7 News.
Let's get back to the weather alert that we're dealing with right now as we watch strong storms move through the area. And here is a live look from our storm track. This is Shrewsbury. Less rain definitely than Worcester, but that's, I think, part of the point is it comes through very fast and very heavy and then moves on. And dangerous heat is expected to move in for the weekend. So what about the storms? Just how hot will it get? Meteorologist Jackie Layer is here with some numbers.
Well, as we look ahead towards the weekend, at least we do see some relief as we look ahead towards the day tomorrow, considering all the rain that's working its way through clears out. Now we see those temperatures a little bit cooler tomorrow, but then we see the humidity and also the heat creep its way back to at least 90 as we look ahead towards Friday. Now Saturday, that's when the heat really crests. That's when we could see the possibility of triple-digit heat, and then back into the 90s yet again as we look ahead towards Sunday. Now we could see the potential for some records being broken or at least tied. Now Boston, the record for Saturday, 99 degrees, set back in 1991. We could easily tie that on Saturday. Worcester, we could actually just be below that possible record. Lawrence could easily break that record set back in 2013 of 93 degrees. Now, what does this mean as you make your way out the doors? We look ahead towards the weekend. I also want to make sure everyone just limits their time outside, especially if you're trying to head outside, take plenty of water breaks and also breaks in the shade. Also, check on your elderly neighbors and those that don't have any air conditioning. And also, don't leave your kids or your pets unattended in any vehicles. And also, if your vehicle is just parked in the driveway, make sure it is locked. Make sure that no one just tries to go into the vehicle unattended. But again, we'll have all the very latest with the rest of that 7-day coming up in just a couple minutes.
Turning now to the president's agenda, the commander-in-chief not backing down from his tweets labeled racist by House Democrats, including Massachusetts' own Ayanna Pressley. And President Trump continues to defend himself ahead of a rally tonight. 7's Dan Housley here with more. Dan.
Well, Kiki, in a new interview with the Daily Mail, President Trump says he's actually not unhappy with the fight this week over accusations of racism. The president saying he's not unhappy because he says the race card is all Democrats have left.
I know racism when I see it. I know racism when I feel it.
One day after House Democrats vote to condemn what they call President Trump's racist comments directed at 4 congresswomen, including Dorchester's Ayanna Pressley, the president tried to play the reprimand to his advantage. Heading off to a political rally in North Carolina, the president tweeted a new political ad featuring lots of flags and military imagery and the tagline, America, one squad under God. President Trump obviously embracing the nickname of the congresswomen he's accused of attacking, trying to make the far-left-leaning lawmakers the face of the Democratic Party. But the congresswomen say they're not a new Democratic insurgency.
There is no insurgency and there's nothing conspiratorial. What we are 4 lawmakers who happen to land in the same place on the same issue time and time again.
Congresswoman Pressley on CBS this morning defended her refusal to call President Trump president. But
those are 4 disgusting pieces of fucking shit. Absolutely. Nasty, rotten fucking bitches, man. Presley, that one that was just talking is from Massachusetts, Congress. How the fuck she even got elected, I have no idea. She came out of nowhere. Must have suckled at the trough of some corporate hog. And that's it. They put her in office. Because she is as fucking useless as Elizabeth Warren.
Instead, simply the occupant of the office.
Because he is only occupying the space. He does not embody the principles, the responsibility, the grace, the integrity of a true president. And so for that reason, I'm not dishonoring the office. He does every day.
The squad has also clashed with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, even at one point suggesting the Speaker was engaged in racist attacks on them. But Speaker Pelosi's bigger problem Wednesday was with Texas Congressman Al Green, who's demanding an impeachment vote to add punishment for the tweets Democrats condemned as racist. The Speaker favors a go-slow approach on impeachment, though, and suggests she'll find a way to keep this vote from happening.
Not that Mr. Green is not serious, but we'll deal with that on the floor.
Will you vote to table it? Will you vote to table it?
I don't know what we will do, but we will deal with it on the floor.
He's so fucking lazy.
Now, by House Democrats, the Democratic rules, they can't just ignore Congressman Green's impeachment resolution. Leadership reportedly looking at ways to maybe divert it, maybe table it, or send it to committee. Anything but voting on impeachment. Stay tuned. Live in the newsroom, Dan Housley, 7 News.
Dan, thank you. And still to come this evening, welcome to Boston. What the Celtics' two new stars are saying as they get set to carry on a winning tradition.
We're staying on top of some breaking news. Prosecutors just announcing they will drop the sexual assault case against actor Kevin Spacey on Nantucket. Much more on this development ahead.
We also are tracking a weather alert. Let's go outside, get another look. This is Webster now, and severe storms are moving across the state. You can see it's coming down heavy right now. Downpours expected in many spots. The latest from the 7 Weather Team when we come back.
Stupid fucks. What a bunch of shit. Shut the fuck up for once in our life.